we've been through with a bunch of other therapists in the past and heard about Anthony and wanted to give it a go. It was a different approach that I'm very happy that we went through that process.
We had done some different couples therapy in the past that didn't necessarily work for us and for our relationship. It was an opportunity for me to kind of step back and more so have an understanding of my entitlements and maybe why I think the way that I do or why I expect things to be done a certain way. My husband and I have a very spirited, I will call it 5-year-old little boy. And when we came to Anthony with maybe some of our challenges that we were having with him, we were very much came from the camp of, maybe he's not listening. How do we get him to listen better? How do we get him to self-regulate better? How do we get him to become, a successful member of society? We didn't want him to be labeled. I think what I learned first and foremost was Anthony had a perspective that really came from the child. And I think that really, really, really was a huge parenting shift in the way that my husband and I are parenting both of our boys. And I think that it's probably one of the biggest pieces that I took from the program.
I like the hybrid approach. I like the fact that the material was online. It was virtual. My wife and I, we live pretty chaotic lives. You're seeing it in the cameras right now. We're in 2 different locations. It provided that flexibility for us to get through the program, stay accountable on what the material was, and it was readily available. So I really appreciated it. It was very nice to have my perspective as a male within the relationship communicated to my spouse in a way that I feel but never have been able to communicate properly. And I think that working that through on the other side as well, of like how women perceive things and operate within a relationship, and what's important to them, I think is something that I think about now more often than I ever have. Was it worth it? Absolutely. It takes a considerable amount of time, effort, and money.
Was it worth it? Yes. I think that this program provided us with the tools that we need to be accountable to ourselves, and being able to be equal partners and bringing us to a relationship level where we can be ourselves and we can be happy.
I haven't met a therapist that says, hey, let's work together for 3 months, and after that you'll have the tool sets to be successful. And at the end of the day, it's accountable on you to work on those things within your relationship. And so I like the approach. I think it's well worth the money.
I think Anthony does a great job at, providing you with different perspective and, giving you that opportunity and that space to ask questions and be vulnerable and really work through it with your partner. This program is definitely an investment in yourself and in your family. So if you're looking to make that happen, then I think some of the differences between this program versus other program that I've really noticed is that not only did this program give me the opportunity to build a better relationship with my spouse, but it also provided the opportunity for me to really, foster relationships with other people in my life as well, including my children, my work life, my personal life. So it provided me with different perspectives of how to improve all of my relationships and not just the relationship with my spouse.